This will be my Doomsdayer tier list and Avengers. I'll be talking about why Doomsdayer is weak early game and strong late game. I'll be explaining why Avengers is kind of underrated, but they're really good. I'll be talking about Doomsdayer first since it's on the list, and then Avengers. So first in this list is Doris. She's really good. If you play against Avengers team and put her in the front line, she can tank a lot because she has a heal in her kit with the passive. Anytime they heal, she will get a heal back. So if you put her in the front line instead of someone else, maybe you might have Athena on the front line and you remove Athena and put her there, she can actually tank more because she actually has a big heal every time they heal, and their like synergy is mainly around healing. So if you do play against her in Mystified teams or play against her with Avenger teams, she should always frontline because she can actually heal way more. Her speed is not that good. The speed's quite low. So when you do play against other teams, she won't get the reflect beforehand. She'll get the reflect after, which is kind of a downside to her. She does a lot of damage, magical damage that is. Her synergy is really good. She does a lot of synergy with Doomsdays in general, like Merlin. They work well together. Her last synergy, Striker, there's no one in Doomsday that actually shares Striker except for the lower end, the non-legendaries, and you don't want to use them anyway. So maybe in like November or October, we might get a new Doomsdayer that has Striker, and Doris is going to be stronger. But for now, her two main synergies are the first two, and then the last one is the one that doesn't work the best in Doomsdayer. Her kit is all AoE. She does boost reflect. This one is in the same line, so if you put her in the front line, it's going to be two people. If you put her at the back, it's three. She does increase reflect on all her abilities on her passive, her 2 and her 3. Overall, she's a good unit, and I'll put her in like S for Doomsdayer. Overall, she will be somewhere else, but for me, it's S in Doomsdayer. Next, I think this is a divine. Yeah, it is. He's for sure S. The reason why he's an S because he has Enchanter in his kit, which is really good. You can work with Athena, even though Athena is really bad. It can still be used. So in the future, let's say that we do get an Enchanter for Doomsdayer, then that is going to be 3 more Enchanters in the same team. And it also works with another person I'm going to explain after this that makes Confusion even better. So again, in the future, he would always be getting better and better, and people he's partnered with in Doomsdayer will also get better. The downside to him is that he's only single target. So when you put him against in the front line, he should be the front line. When he's in the front line, he's going to only attack the person in front of him. And it might be quite hard for him to actually kill the person in the front line because they're going to be really tanky. But overall, he's a solid unit. He's really quick for someone that's actually a front line. The good thing about him also is that he has a stun in his kit, in his ult. Sadly, it's a chance based of crit. He has crit in his kit with his Celestial. He has crit here, but he needs more crit. So again, if you are someone that's using Doomsdayer, you can also put him in Ethereal and it would work there too. But this is a Doomsdayer video, and overall, the style might not be consistent, but it is there. And I have seen it a few times playing only Doomsdayer, and he's always been providing decent stuns, reflect, damage, and again, in the late run, when you do have more confusion or more enchanters, the confusion with the whole Doomsdayer is going to work even better. So yeah, he's overall a good unit. The next person I was talking about confusion, she's really good with again the whole confusion stuff. Her synergy works well with people in Doomsdayer, except for the divine, the demon ability. There's no demons in Doomsdayer except for the crappy one, right? We don't have to count those. I'm talking about just real Doomsdays, real divines and real demons. There will be one in probably November, October. It most likely might be a demon, but who knows? It could be a divine too. But hopefully it's demon because it would work better with them because they have lifesteal and the holy shield. She's really good because another runes. I'll show you her. When you do get exclusive runes, because not divine, sorry, Doomsday works really well with exclusive runes, and that's why they're good. But if you don't have the exclusive runes, then that's when they won't shine. And she kind of shines when you get the not divine runes, the exclusive runes. Here it says it increases the duration when someone else gets a confusion in the team again, which is really good because she works off that, and she can also apply confusion herself in her kit in her ult. To her, she can apply confusion and again that works with uh enchanter teams. And if you do have more enchanters in Doomsday, like I explained, if you do get Athena and other people in the future, she's going to be even more better working with people that have enchanter and herself applying the confusion and increasing the duration. So overall, she's really good. And confusion is one of the best in the game, or enchanters, sorry. Enchanters are like one of the best synergies in the game if you can get a lot of them. And currently, Doomsday has two. It could get more in the future. And with her in the backline being like one of the best confusion characters in the game to help out, she's going to be really annoying in the future. So I'll put her in S too. She isn't the highest end of S, but she's definitely S. Her overall damage is really good. She does damage increase too. She has damage increased by 10%, a heal, and also has increased reflect amongst the team. Pretty good unit. The synergies, it works well with everyone in the team. If you do run Doomsdayer, they all have good synergy apart from the Doomsdayer, but that would increase in the future. Next in this list is Athena. Athena is, to me, Athena is really bad. I'll put her in like B. I wouldn't say C because she can be good in the future with the enchanter, and she could be good if you want to run her now with the enchanter. But overall, she's really bad, and I don't like using her myself. Once I do get more enchanters, I would use her for that. But then again, you know, right now it's just no point of using Athena unless you want to use the enchanter. If you don't want to use the enchanter, you don't have enchanter, then pretty much she's useless. She is Doomsdayer, which is good. She will get the synergy from that. The just Dawnbringer. Yeah, Dawnbringer in Doomsday does not match. There's no one that actually uses that. So again, there's something that you can't use. Her damage overall is quite low. I don't like the damage she provides. Her reflect she provides is okay. She does increase reflect for the team, but again, who can't do that in in Doomsdayer? Her speed is bang average. It is quick for a tank, but at the end of the day, you know what she's doing is just useless. She doesn't actually provide a stun. She doesn't do any type of CC. It's just raw damage, and again, you don't really need someone to do raw damage as a tank. You need them to either provide crazy damage, annoyance, or some sort of a reason, a taunt, I don't know, a fear or something, some type of CC. She doesn't provide anything, not a taunt, not a stun, nothing, right? So she's quite useless. So she's beta. Merlin's really good. I'll put him in S. Once you do get his runes, he becomes really good. The reason why I put Doris here and Merlin higher, because Merlin, he does have the same synergies, right, as Doris, but again, I don't really see strikers in Doomsday right now, and I know she can have like a lot of AoE healing. She's quite good, but Merlin, for example, if you do get his runes, he turns out to be really good, which you do need. You do need all of this, and he does pump out more damage than Doris at the end goal. Once you get all of them maxed out, he does do more damage. He's easier to obtain. You can max him out more easy, for example. And again, oops, where was it? Yeah, again, if you do max him out, he's easier to max out. You can get it from the club shop, and you can get him from those tickets things every time. I don't know what they're called. They're like selection tickets or whatever they're called. They're like the summon thing where you get to choose who you want to choose. Yeah, Merlin's more easy to obtain. He's more easier to build, and overall, his synergies can be used with other people. So again, a pretty good unit. All AoE, if his abilities, all AoE damage, magical damage that is. His speed is a bit slow. Again, you know, that's the sad thing about most Doomsdayers. Their speed is slow. But overall, I think he's really good. I've used him many times. He's helped me through plenty of content. But I've stopped using Doomsdayer now because they just lack in early game. And using someone else will just carry through the game. But yeah, I'll probably say he's like the lowest end of double S. And I'll say she's at the highest end of S. But I just feel like he does way more than her against any team. Who's next in this list? Yeah, I think she's good. Again, I'll put her in high S or high SS because she can work with her really well. They both have the same synergies, except for the middle one, which you don't really care about that because she can work with Merlin. Her damage is really good. She does a lot of damage. She's got high speed, 104, higher than the other than Merlin. What else does she do? I think she has anti-heal in her kit and her runes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she has anti-heal in the kit. That's something that you want to do when you have one of these run these characters in your team. You need the anti-heal when you play against Mystifiers or Avengers, or anyone really, because the healing's annoying. You can kill most teams with Doomsdayer late game, because again, the only way they can actually survive is actually by killing you quickly or healing. And if they can't really heal that much, then you're going to kill them even more quicker. Because every time they take action, they take damage. And then when you take action, you do damage to them. So you really don't want them to heal. And she has anti-heal in the kit. Again, something that is really good. She can frontline too. You can put her in the front line. I've mostly put her in the front line all the time. The reason why I've put her in the front line is because when you have this ability, Phantom, maxed out, if one of them dies, she can come back alive. So again, even though she dies, she can come back alive, what makes it even better for Doomsdayer, because most of the time, people will kill you. And if you do come back alive, if they take action, they're going to die. So something really nice about her kit is that she can take a lot of damage, come back alive, and then still be annoyance with decent speed. And she does hit the back line and the front line. So overall, a solid character. Definitely one of the highest in Doomsdayer. And I recommend to max her out if you can. Oh, this guy's terrible. I know he is. Where is he? Yeah, I thought he was good when I was new to the game, because I thought he was a divine. He might, I mean, a demon, so he might be good. But overall, he's just terrible. He's terrible because of who he is. It's like a 4-star or non-legendary. He has no runes, like he has no special runes. So again, that's the reason why he's down here. Another reason why his relics are hard to get. They're demon relics, so another thing that's hard to get. You can get the demon relics in the same place as the woodland relics, but because he needs specific ones, you can't actually buy them from the shop. You have to farm them yourself, and you can buy them from the shop, but they're harder to get. They cost more money. Overall, a bad character. Yeah, and his last synergy doesn't actually work with anyone in Doomsdayer. As you can see, they work with Mystifier, everyone else but Doomsdayer. So he has no synergy for the last one. He only has Doomsdayer synergy and a Demon synergy, and that's about it. And overall, that's just a bit weak for someone like this. So yeah, he is C for me. Who's next? I'm pretty sure this is a DPS. I'll put him in B. He's not like Athena. He's nowhere near like Athena. But if you do partner with him with Doris, if these two are maxed out, they can get something going. He isn't the best. He isn't going to be providing high tier level stuff like a legendary, but he will be providing good damage. He has decent speed. If the enchanters, not enchanters, sorry, if the strikers does build up over time, he does get stronger. He's got quicker speed than a few people in Doomsdayer, like Merlin and Doris. He's got high speed, does decent damage. It will build up in the end. He has the best synergy, really. It can work with everyone in Doomsdayer except for the divines and the demons. He can work with any legendary. He can work with Doris. He can work with Merlin. He can work with pretty much anyone but Athena. Yeah, he can't work with Athena, but he can work with anyone else. I do see him as a decent, if you're free to play, he's decent. But if you're free to play, I don't think you should be using Doomsdayer. But he's a decent unit overall. If you max him, he can get something done if you want a replacement for now. But in the future, you wouldn't want to use him. But yeah, this is my as you can call it, Doomsdayer tier list. But some people may say, why is Doris not up here? The reason why Doris is not up here is mainly how to farm her. She's kind of harder to farm to get her built up. And I don't think she provides way more than these two, because her last synergy doesn't actually bond with anyone else. Even outside the team, who's the kind of bond with? Yeah, most of these people wouldn't be in a Doomsdayer team anyway. That's the problem. It's like you wouldn't run a Medusa, or you wouldn't run a Nyx in the team. You may run like her, for example, but even then, there's no one to actually partner with. Unlike Merlin, there is people you can partner with, like the twins. Twins is really good in the Doomsdayer team, and she also has this ability too, the synergy, what works with Merlin and everyone else in Doomsdayer. It's just that she can't have anyone with this, which who cares? She has 2 out of 3, which is actually a deal. This is a really good ability too. So when you play against a lot of burst, you can survive. But again, Twins is really good in the Doomsdayer team. They're not Doomsdayer, but they work well on Doomsdayer team. And that's why Merlin's up there and Doris is below. And the reason why she's here is because they both work together. Her and her work together with the synergies. And again, Doris is just the odd one out. She's really good, but she's just the odd one out. So that's why she's S, and these are above. These two are easier to farm, and they can work well with people, unlike Doris. Next, we're going to talk about Avengers. Oh wait, let me just explain what this Jenna quit because she's not here, and it'll just be easier to explain. Uh, she's broken. Yeah, she's real broken. I'll put her like here. Oops. Yeah, she's like one of the best characters in the game. She does crazy amounts of damage. She's meant to be a support, but she does crazy amounts of damage. Um, she's more like scary. She's like a tank, but a DPS. But she can also have these like minions that blow up. And overall, she's just a problem. The best part about her is that she's also a demon too. So if you have two demons in the team, she can provide a holy shield, which is really nice to have. And her whole synergy is can I even show you the synergy? No, I can't. But she has Phantom basically. She has Demon, the Demon one, Avengers of course, Royal and Phantom, and you can run Phantom in any team really because Phantom works with Persephone. Yeah, Persephone. You can run with Persephone and it runs. Who else has Phantom? I don't really know much, but I know that these two have it. I don't. You won't run them in the same team, but if you happen to run them in the same team, they'll work together. So even though she dies, she comes back alive, and then she dies again. She could come back alive the third time because she has Avenger, and then she has Phantom. So overall, scary unit, crazy damage, high scaling. She's meant to be a tank. So she's got tank stats. So yeah, and I think how fast is she? She's quite quick. I think I'm not sure on that, but I'm pretty sure she's quick. I don't have her to see the stats, so yeah, but I don't know. But I know she's a bit quick because she's meant to be a tank. But yeah, apart from her, she's definitely one of the best characters in the game. If you get her, try and get multiple copies. I've seen her in action. She's really strong. Yeah, him again. He's also up there. Crazy damage. He does ultra burst damage. His damage is insane. You pretty much can't survive once he gets heals and gets his striker up. Maybe in like round 4, you possibly would be dead if you're running a weaker team. His damage is crazy on his ult. Like again, look, 487 all units. It's just stupid. It's not single target. So if it was single target, I would understand, but it's not. It's everyone in the team. And his passive, which one is it? Every time he gets healed, he gets more damage. Again, he's in the Avengers team. Avengers has healers like Persephone. If he happens to get healed by someone, he's going to be doing even more damage. And then the damage does increase even more because when he dies and comes back alive, he's going to get the 250 damage increase. And then if he happens to go right after that, the damage is even higher than what it was before. But he may lose the stack. So again, if he comes back alive, gets healed, then attacks, he's going to have all the stacks again. So that's why I put him really high because he does mad damage and he's got Striker too. And Striker builds up by 25% every round. So if you're like round, for round like 4, he's going to have like 100%. So it's kind of shit to play against that. But if you do have it, he's definitely one of the highest characters in the game. And I'll say he's like one of the best Avengers in the game. So yeah, if you do have him, please use him because he does crazy damage and work on him. Her, she's S if you don't have her exclusive runes. She can take buffs off the enemy and she can cleanse. But the bad thing about her is that you can just run Persephone and Persephone can do pretty much the same thing. And Persephone will have a better synergy. She does have Enchanter, which is again, like I keep saying, Enchanter is really good. But for you to have her maxed out, I doubt most new players are going to have her maxed out. And there's better people to max out than her. Like I mentioned before, you can just max out Jenna and get the job done because she's just 10 times better and better character overall. And if you do want a healer to boost other DPS in your team like him, if you want other healers, then again, just use Persephone. Easier to build and has synergy with the team. But if you do in the long run, you can use her, but she's just S to me. She doesn't actually do much. She's got quick speed though. What's she, 126? Yeah, 126, good speed. Has Celestial, but overall she isn't that crazy. But she is good, but she's not that crazy. In the Avenger synergy, sorry, she's quite good, but not the best. Her, I think she's shit. Sorry, I don't know. I don't think she's A. She doesn't do much. The enchanter is nice. Yeah, I get it. She is a demon. I don't think she's that strong. Again, you can run other demons in her team. You can run other people in Avenger team. You can run people outside the Avenger team and have a good synergy. Overall, I don't think she's that good. It's nice that she has Enchanter, which is nice. I like Enchanter. The speed is quite slow, but overall she's not that crazy. If she's good in PvE though, I would say that she's good in PvE, but in PvP she's not the character that would change the game. She's not a game changer. She's more like she's there because of who she is, which is which is a demon. Overall, good stats across the board. She has good defense, good attack, and decent speed, but she's not that crazy. To me, she's like decent. You rather want to have a Jenna over her if you can. Who's next on this list? I'll say he's A2. He isn't anything crazy. He's like bang average. There's better damage dealers. Who's Albert? There's better damage dealers. You can use him if you want. There's no bad thing about using him. You can use him if there's nothing else. If you're on a free to play, he's also good. He just isn't anyone crazy to me. I've never been scared of his damage. I've never been scared of anything from him really. I don't think much people would put him anywhere higher than A. He could be bottom tier S, but apart from that, he's no one crazy. He just bang average. His synergies doesn't work well in that team regardless. He has no enchanter. This doesn't work with anyone. So again, that's one reason why he's bad. And he has Dawnbringer. The Dawnbringer works with probably like one person. So again, he's not a good DPS overall. There's other better DPSs, and his speed's good, defense is good, just shit overall. Those CC, no nothing. Solomon, I'll put him S. He can be good. There is problems with him. I have played against him and I have used him before. He has won me games and I have lost against him too. The taunt is really annoying. The taunt can actually come in good time because he's 109, so he's quicker than most DPSs. So he could taunt people. He is an Avenger, so if he dies and comes back alive, he can still provide annoyance. He's also got dodge rate in his kit, so he can work with Persephone. The dodge rate is actually quite good because if you taunt and dodge, it's annoying. It's hard for him to be dead in the first place because he is an Avenger, a tank. So he's getting healed and he dies and comes back alive. He's got dodge rate, and overall he's a solid unit. He's definitely better than the two people here. He's definitely better than these two. He's not anywhere better than these five at the top or these six. He has taunts, he has damage, he's got good speed, good defense. I don't think the striker matters that much. It does work with one person, but overall, like I said, over time when there is more strikers, he does get better. But he's not bad. If you have him in the 777 Valkyrie, I'd recommend picking him up if you are making a Avenger team. And if you're not making an Avenger team, you probably don't want to use him because there's no reason to use him outside the Avenger team. But he is a S unit to me, and he's not A, and he's not double S. Persephone, I put Persephone like, I put like high A. I wouldn't say she's higher than that because she doesn't really do much if you have her maxed out. If you have her maxed out, then there's no reason to use her. But if you are a free-to-play player, then you could have her leveled up. She does actually have good synergy with mostly everyone in Avengers. She has dodge rate, she has Phantom, and then she's obviously an Avenger with decent speed. The bad thing about her is that there is people better than her in Avengers. But if you don't have them, she's obviously the second thing to use. If you do have them, they'll be maxed out eventually, and then she'll kind of fall off. Maybe in the future, she's going to fall off even more when they add more healers to Avengers. But currently, she does her job. She's easier to obtain. You can get her from the club shop. You can get her from many shops actually, and you can also get her from the 77 Valkyrie. So again, really easy to obtain, but she does fall off eventually when you do get this girl max out. So again, overall good unit, but then she falls off. That's the bad thing about her. Defense speed. She has 106 with Enchanter, and she has the Celestial, and then she's like 16. So again, does fall off if you have her maxed out. But if she's not maxed out, then Persephone would be better if Persephone's maxed out. And then lastly, these people, they're not that good. Yeah, I'd say it's like this. Yeah, I don't need to talk about much about her. She's a damage dealer. She does work with like other Celestials. Every time an ally gets a kill on your team, she'll provide assistance. She hits a backline. She does good single target damage. She's quite slow. Overall, okay unit. If you're free to play, I advise you to use it in Avengers. but nothing more than that. You know, if you do get more units, she won't be used, but she's an okay unit to use in Avengers if you're on a free to play budget. And then yeah, he's a shit. Yeah, he's just terrible. I don't use him. If you have to use him, use him. If you But yeah, he's terrible. You're probably wondering why is he not C? At least he has a divine demon buff, right? Where is he? Yeah, at least he has a demon buff. So there is a little bit of potential there, because if there's two demons, he gets the holy shield, which the holy shield is actually crazy because it can actually stop a lot of damage coming in. But with him, he's just there, right? I'd rather use him as an avatar than anything else. His avatar does look nice, but I wouldn't use him as a unit in the game, and I wouldn't use him for any content in the game. I'll just use him for an avatar. Even if I was free to play, I don't use it if you're free to play. There's no point. Use someone else. He's just there. You know, he's just there to be there. But yeah, not good. That's my tier list. I don't think people would agree with it. If you don't agree with it, that's completely fine. It's not for people to agree with. It's just what I've experienced, what I've read, and what I've seen, and what I own. I do own a lot of the. Actually, I do own all the Avengers. Actually, not Avengers. Sorry, Doomsdayer. I do use them. Doris is up here. Like I said, she's not easy to obtain. Merlin and her again. They could be higher, but I've been investing in Ethereal. As you can see, I've been investing over here. But they are good. It's just that early game they're quite bad. They do have potential. Really strong late game. Really strong late game. In order for you to get there, you may have to spend money. You may have to have a long time of free to play. You may have to be lucky. You have to be getting the exclusive runes. There's so much you have to do to get them online for them to be at the best potential. Unlike Avengers, you don't have to search and get all the things you need. Once you get them and get them going, they will work. Doomsdayer, you can get them all. Like I have pretty much all of them. I have pretty much all of them, and it's still not moving. The train is stopped. It's always been stopped. They can't do much. I've got exclusive rune for select people, but again, I can't make it work right now because it's not strong enough. I need the exclusive runes for me to see potential out of them. Avengers, one of my friend uses Avengers and he has everything maxed out, and he's way further in the game because they do damage, healing, so it works in PvP and PvE, and he has more access to obtaining free stuff in the game. Unlike Doomsday, if you use Doomsday early game, you won't be getting free stuff in the game. You will be stuck between PvE and PvP, and in PvP you will be losing against a lot of people that have lower power than you, or if you have similar power, they'll always win just because they're weak. They need to do damage against runes, and if you don't have the runes, they won't do damage. So yeah, that is my tier list on Doomsday and Avenger. Sorry if it doesn't suit you, but again, this is my tier list. If you want to have any opinions on the tier list, put it in the comments. I can reply to it. If you want to ever see me use Doomsdayer in PvP or PvE, I could do that. I could show you. And if you ever want to see Doomsday content in the future, or my Doomsday relics summoned, I can do that too. I'm always summoning for them to get them stronger. In the end game, I will show videos of how strong they are if I do get there. But for now, I won't be posting any videos of them. So yeah, if you did like the video, please like and subscribe.